quick video to record as I just arrived to my destination, and a thought that came to me that I feel just like telling and sharing it. I found myself recently being asked quite often the question, how was your day? Which, if you look at it at first, seems quite an easy and simple question, isn't it? But if to dig deeper, two things might arise that I find to be extremely interesting. And the first one, isn't it crazy the fact that we even have a chance, an opportunity to go through today and even to experience today, being able to wake up and being able to interact or explore or discover anything and everything that life has to offer us? Isn't it that precious that I have a feeling it's actually such and so priceless in itself, that a lot of people being caught up in the swirls of their routines or things that they're being stressed out tend to forget about that, even though it's such an important part of like everything. And number two, which as I sense is definitely not less fascinating, if you really look at your day, just to spend one day, there are literally countless and countless and countless possibilities and ways how the day can go. For example, you wake up in one place and you can decide, why not? Or why not to spend the whole day just here in the place where I woke up? It can be at a station, for example, just to stay in the same city where you woke up, or like the village or whatever the location you are. Or for example, literally like the living space where you are, whether it's a flat, a room, a tent, a villa, anything that you the whole day just like stay there with yourself. Maybe you feel that today would be perfect just to spend time and make space for myself, to be in that solitude. Or a thought can come to you and you can be like, what if, you remember there is like this place that I constantly pass by like so often and literally have not come in there before. Maybe today is the day. Or maybe you wake up and you're like, what if I do a city break and I change the location? Maybe I go outside of town. Maybe I go to another city. Maybe I go to another country. You can also do a last minute thing and just like book tickets and fly to another continent. Like it's all as possible and as available. And it goes not only about location, it's the same with people, with events, with anything that can encounter, anything that can be there offered to you, or anything that you can create yourself, any kind of experience that you are longing or that you intend to go in there. It's not crazy, because if you really look at it, just one day, but how do you spend it? What are you thinking about? Where's your focus? Where's your attention? To what things are you putting your mind into? Where's your mind generally during the day? How your body feels? How do you feel? What are you consuming? What are you creating? What are you taking? And what are you giving? With what or with who are you interacting? And what's the flow? And isn't that amazing? Because actually, like the way how you spend one day in your life, with what kind of intention you do it, or with what kind of awareness you do it, that can tell you so much about, how you view the whole month or the whole year. And like saying this right now, on one hand, feels also hilarious because time does exist, but it actually does not exist in the way that people made it up, So, like, this thing that we made up, like time, like clock, hours and minutes, weeks and months and years, it's important to remember that still at the system that people made up, it's like a human built system that was made with a purpose to, let's say, navigate certain things easier, but the concept of time itself, or like the nature of time, is still a bit different than like the wicks that we have built. Just like a shit thing that popped up. And yeah, isn't it amazing? Because it's just one day, but understanding how you go through that one day can tell and can show you so much about how you treat yourself, treat other people, treat time, treat the possibilities and opportunities that you are given or that you can create for yourself, and it also can give you a very broad perspective or insight on how do you treat bigger spans or just like bigger things generally. We can talk about months, we can talk about year, we can talk about here, all other spheres of life, projects, friendships, relationships, your relationships with yourself, what else, social interactions, blah 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 blah. Because very often when people have certain issues in any kind of sphere, it's not about that issue in that sphere that you need to go and fix. Very often it's about a certain general pattern that people have, and if they don't see it through, don't notice it, then the consequences of the pattern is just like in different directions that they embody and express a bit, that like the pattern is being embodied and expressed through different things in different directions, but like the core pattern is like just one, and once you heal it, all of this like consequence will also be like gone. It's also a bit off topic. So coming back to the thought of one day, the power of one day, the beauty of one day, the magic of one day, it's crazy, isn't it? Because you can literally wake up and your day can end up in the way that you did not expect at all, or you can face certain things or people that you might have had absolutely no clue whether A, if that's even possible, or B, if it's possible, if it's even like, accessible for you. Because still very often people set limitations for themselves, as we all do. And once it was like a moment, I was in Hamburg, and then I come back to the city where I was based, and I sensed something very different when I came back to the city where I was very often, and I recorded immediately a voice message to my friend, and he said, I would say he spit this phrase that is so relatable and so concentrated in itself. And the phrase was like this: it's a feeling of you seeing that you are a free bird, that all this time was in the cage, that which doors actually were open all this time. And if we even like dig deeper into that, the thing is, very often it's not even about the doors of the cage being open. Very often we are ourselves are the people that do create that cage, because the world is super open. It's so open and it's so welcoming, and the but ifs, any kind of like things that stop us, very often those are something that we do create ourselves. And it's an amazing journey of getting to know more and knowing how to regulate your mind and use it as your friend, because it's so powerful. Our mind can literally create universes and new worlds, but with the same force, it can also destroy everything, whether it's around, outside of you, or whether it's inside of you. So yeah, this talk at first was about a power of one day, and then just like flowed very randomly to like different directions. But yeah, I felt like sharing it. And yeah, be attentive to where you are during the day. Be attentive. Be present. Maybe quite harmonious would be to also finish this video with a question: how was your day? And for now.